today we're diving into the inner world of a remarkable young woman who, facing incredible suffering, found a deep, deep well of peace. And her story, well, it gives us a kind of timeless map for navigating the storms in our own lives.
It's a question we all ask ourselves at some point, right? When everything around us feels chaotic and overwhelming, where do we find our anchor? It turns out a young nun over a century ago wrestled with this very question, and her journey offers an answer that is just incredibly powerful.
So meet St. Elizabeth of the Trinity. She was only 26 years old, living in a French monastery, and she was terminally ill, confined to her bed. She was too sick to join her community for their big annual retreat. So what did she do? She decided to embark on her own retreat, not in a chapel, but right inside herself. And this wasn't about escaping life. It was about diving deeper into it than ever before.
So how in the world did she do that? Well, this brings us to her first huge idea, the discovery of a kingdom within.
Elizabeth had this amazing term for this internal space. She called it her inner cell, like a secret, unbreakable fortress inside her own soul. For her, it was a place of holy recollection, a sanctuary that, we can all get to at any moment. It's a place to find quiet and connect with God, no matter what is going on outside.
And just listen to the way she talks about it. The space isn't empty or lonely. She calls it an inner cellar, a place just brimming with the songs of the soul. For Elizabeth, this wasn't some boring escape. No way. It was a vibrant, beautiful place where a profound encounter was happening. And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? You can see the stark contrast here. Her external world was just a storm of noise, pain, and the constant distraction of her illness. But by turning inward, she found this whole other reality, a kingdom of silence, of presence, and a peace that absolutely could not be shaken. But here's the thing. For Elizabeth, this inner peace wasn't actually the final destination. It was more like the starting point for something even bigger, her central mission to become what she called a praise of glory. The title she gave her final retreat was Laudum Gloria, which means praise of glory. And this was so much more than just a title. It was her whole life's ambition. See, she didn't just want to give praise to God. She wanted her very existence to be praise, so that her whole life, in both the good times and the bad, would just radiate with divine purpose. So what on earth does it mean to be a praise of glory? Well, Elizabeth uses this beautiful image. The soul is like a lyre, a kind of harp. It doesn't try to make its own music. It just stays still, silent, and open, allowing the Holy Spirit to play a divine melody through it. It's this incredible shift from constantly trying and striving to just being receptive. Now, Elizabeth saw this as a clear, step-by-step path which she got from the writings of St. Paul. It all starts with being predestined, this deep feeling of being known and chosen by God. Then comes the call, a personal invitation into a relationship. After that is justification, which for her meant getting aligned with God through simple faith. And the final step, glorification, that ultimate transformation where you become a perfect reflection of Christ. It's not a one-time thing, but a gradual journey of becoming.
So what's the result of this whole journey? What's the payoff?
Well, it's the ability to sing what Elizabeth calls a new song. And Elizabeth is crystal clear about what gets in the way of singing this new song. It's us. It's our own self-interest. When we hold something back for ourselves, our pride, our ego, our own plans, we're basically like an out-of-tune instrument. We just can't produce that beautiful, constant melody of praise. And this leads us to this amazing paradox. The new song isn't about adding more stuff to ourselves, it's about letting go. It's the song of a soul that has been stripped and freed from self. And right there, that's the heart of our wisdom. The deepest freedom and beauty come from total surrender. So what does all this mean for us today? How does the wisdom of a young nun from more than 100 years ago speak to our modern world? Well, as we're about to see, her message is maybe more relevant than ever. This right here is her enduring legacy. Elizabeth's life is proof, really, that our inner world doesn't have to be a victim of our outer circumstances. Even as she was literally facing death, she was building a kingdom of joy and purpose inside herself. She's this incredible reminder that this inner fortress, this sanctuary of peace, is available to every single one of us, and it's untouched by the storms of life. So the question Elizabeth really leaves us with isn't if this inner kingdom exists, but where we can find our own. I mean, think about it. Amidst all the noise and the busyness of your life, where is your inner sanctuary? Where are you going to find your kingdom within?